Welcome to a slightly overcast, slightly misty day in Auburn, Alabama. Today is the day that we've focused so much of our season on. We get our bitter rival, Alabama, the Crimson Tide, come into our house. We're on a hot streak, only having one loss to Georgia in a miracle prayer. They're undefeated and the number one team in the nation. We wouldn't have it any other way. It's time to come up with a big upset. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Tim Dunge's Dynasty in Auburn. We're here at Jordan-Hare Stadium for the Iron Bowl. You may notice my commentary is a little different than it normally is, and that's because of something that happens a little later on in the video. I actually ended up breaking my audio recording program. So, I have to post-record this first half, so I'll try not to spoil things too early on for you. We kicked the ball away to Alabama. We ended up winning the toss and deciding to put our defense on the field first. They've had a pretty exceptional offensive attack this season, leading off with their dual-threat quarterback. I believe he's number 1. No, he is number 6. Okay. Number 6. And they have a strong running back with Williams. Kind of what the game plan coming in was to apply a lot of pressure early on. We really wanted to get this team behind their schedule. We weren't really successful there. They ended up passing the ball out into the flats and getting turn up the field for 11 yards. But we really want to get this team behind the chains. That gets them off of their running game schedule and forces them into kind of predictable passing situations. So we're applying a lot of press, a lot of pressure. We get a big play in the backfield. Who was that? That was number 47. Comes up with the big play to stop that running back, Evan Williams, basically behind the line of scrimmage. It's now going to be 2nd and 9. And we're still going to play a little bit of pressure. I really think that our linebackers and our defensive secondary can play one-on-one with these guys. So we're going to play a lot of pressure. We end up jumping off sides. Our nose guard gets a little antsy at times. Jonathan Seals just a little excited to tee off against his rival school. Because winner of this does go on to play in the SEC Championship against likely South Carolina. They've been kind of running away with the East. But it's going to be a hard-fought battle. Randall almost coming up with an interception there. Jumped the route well, but only comes up with the deflection. That's why he plays defense. And now it's time for a very important 3rd down. 3rd and 4, just shy of midfield. We're going to go into our cover 1 robber look. We're really expecting a quarterback option here. They actually end up going with the screen. And my recording just jumps ahead. Sorry about that. We end up coming up with the big-time stop. Linebacker ends up playing it well, so sorry about the glitchiness there. But we come up with a 3-and-out to start the game. Or not totally a 3-and-out. And one of our favorite 3rd down conversion plays. We're going to hit our quick slants, looking to hit Xavier McFarland. Not able to come down with a one-handed catch. Pressure was too strong. And now we have a decision to make. But this is our rival in our house on our opening drive. We're gonna go for it. This game means too much. Curl route. Mike Finley drops back. Passes the ball to Rocky Lee under pressure. He catches it. Turns upfield. Getting all the way down to the Bama 13. What a conversion. And way to sit in there by Mike Finley through the pressure. Delivering the ball on a strike just to our star receiver. And now we are inside the red zone. Now we're going to look to continue our vertical passing play. We're going to look to hit Muller underneath. We like those crossing routes, get those linebackers confused. Mike Finley drops back, sees Muller wide open, cuts upfield, and he punches it in! Touchdown, Auburn! We take the early lead. Pass from Mike Finley to Eric Muller for 11 or 14 yards. What a play! And we take the lead early. Now with it being 3rd and long, deep in their territory and early on, we're going to back off just a little in pressure. I'm expecting to hit them to try to hit something underneath. But with home field advantage here, we're definitely messing with the calls. He heaves it deep, testing testing Ghost, John Ghosts. And he comes up with the deflection. And just like that, it's another Bama 3 and out. Gonna kind of look at our play action opportunities here. Don't want to force anything too far down the field. Don't think we're gonna get that much time. Right here, we're gonna look to see if we can even just dump it down field. Hit Carter underneath for a 4-yard gain. And now it's gonna be 3rd and 3. It's a critical 3rd down here, just outside the red zone. We've already proven that we will go for it on 4th down, but we don't want to have to take that opportunity. We're going to run our option here, looking to hit that outside off that defensive end. And we hand it off to Andrew DeAngelis. Defensive end slams down, catching Andrew DeAngelis just before he can get the 1st down. It's going to be 4th and 1 on the 20. We went for it before. We'll go for it again. This is rivalry football. We take no chances against the #1 team. Mike Finley reading the line. Give him the go-ahead late in the 1st quarter. Burning clock. Hike the ball. Hand off. And Andrew DeAngelis falls forward just across the 1st down marker. And that's the end of the 1st quarter. It's been an exciting game so far where we've had a bit of offensive dominance. Not something we've had every single game this year. Mike Finley's been feeling it, dealing some pretty key passes, including one to Eric Muller. But now, with the start of the 2nd quarter, off that key conversion, we start in the red zone. Recording's jumping a little bit. Apologies for that. We end up throwing the ball to Rocky Lee on the deep stop. And just like that, we go up 2 touchdowns against the #1 team in the nation. So now we don't want to over-rotate here. We're trying to apply a lot of pressure, but don't want to get caught. And our covering Johnson here. Make the play in the backfield to shut down that running back for only a 2-yard gain. We don't want to let him get a full head of steam. He will run over us. They're going to come back with a 2 tight end set. Would expect to see a run up the middle here. So we're going to play for it. Ends up breaking it on the outside. 45 yards. Running it all the way for a Bama touchdown. It's unfortunate there, but we still have the lead up 7-0. Hand it off to Andrew DeAngelis. He cuts it through the line, makes a couple of moves. It gets an open space, still running to the 50, and he's caught by the Bama defensive back, but not after a humongous gain. Just like that, we flip the field, getting across midfield into Bama territory. Andrew DeAngelis puts on a couple of moves there. I thought he had some daylight, but still, it was a big play. We have hammered them with some inside crossing routes and a deep stop route. We're gonna look to see if we can get this slant route established though. With this pressure, it should be effective. Xavier McFarland with the one-handed catch coming off that press coverage, gaining 6 yards on the play. What an extension by our usually very, very reliable wide receiver who's just had a bit of a bad start to the game. Now with 8 plays, or this being our 9th play on the drive, we've gained 65 yards in 3 minutes. We hit that deep stop route again. Xavier McFarland pushes it upfield, reaches for the end zone, and just short. It's now going to be 1st and goal at the inch-yard line. We'd love to give them another opportunity, but this game means too much. So we will attack the inside once again. We'll give it to Andrew DeAngelis. We get 4 downs to gain 1 yard. I have full confidence in our offensive line that we can do this. Hands off, pushes for the end zone, tries to make a move. Unable to do so. Not in the spot to jump across the line. Andrew DeAngelis stopped. And now it's going to be 2nd and goal. And we're just going to come back and do it again. We're going to try to hit the strong side A-gap this time. Going with it. Here's the handoff. He pushes it through. And he gets in! Touchdown, Tigers! With 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter, we are up 21-7 against our bitter in-state rival. Minute 20 left to go in the second quarter. We're going to try to score here with as little time left, so we'd love to take it to 28-7 at half. Looking on the outside, able to drop the ball into Xavier McFarland on that corner route. What a ball placement by Mike Finley. Anywhere that wasn't ahead of Xavier McFarland could have easily been picked off and turned the momentum of that drive. Now, we're 100% in the red zone. We're going to try to feature Xavier McFarland here on another deep stop route. Checking off of it, we hit Rocky Lee, turns upfield for a touchdown! 15-yard pass on the play. With 1:06 left to go, we go up 28-7 over the #1 team in the nation. Now with it being 3rd and long, we'd love to try to set something up here. We could call a timeout, but I'd rather not give them any opportunity to establish anything. But now that we've got them down, we'll call the timeout. They'll have to punt the ball away with 14 seconds left to go. We won't have many options from there. We do have 2 timeouts, but really not too worried about missing out on maybe 20-30 seconds. We could go up 35-7, but I'm confident going 28-7 at halftime. Alex Harrison putting on a couple of moves, almost saw some daylight, able to get 20 yards on the play. We gave him the go light. So now with 5 seconds left to go, we have the ball in the Bama 43. Really, we could do pretty much anything without punishment. We don't have enough time to run 2 plays here. So we're just going to heave the ball at the end zone and see what we can find. Dropping back, we see Gavin Black streaking free, throw the ball up, and he comes down with it, and he runs into the end zone. As time expires, we get another touchdown, a deep ball to Gavin Black, 35-7. That could be the kill shot. What a throw and what a catch. Through the contact, carrying the defenders all the way in for the touchdown. So, at the end of the first half, our offense has fired on all cylinders. Inclement weather is not a stop for us, and we're up 35-7 against the #1 team in the nation and our most bitter rival. Bama didn't look like they were ready to play us, or their game plan was really off, or we had a really strong game plan ourselves, which all could be true. But now we got the second half, and we've done it with what has been considered our weakness, with throwing the ball. Hit McFarland again on another stop route for an 11-yard gain to make it 1st and goal in the Bama 3. Just doing everything we need to do. Now we're going to run a bit of a fancy play here. See if we can hit Muller on that trailing in route. It's the riskiest pass we've thrown all day, and it doesn't matter. We tie the school record for passing touchdowns in a game. Mike Finley with 5 touchdowns. Muller able to catch it behind the defender and to get the touchdown to go up 42-7. We got Rocky Lee on the right, Xavier McFarland on the left. Let's see what we can do. And they sat on it. They knew it was coming. First interception on the day for Mike Finley. First big mistake. Should have just thrown it underneath, but trying to break that school record. Still, we give the ball to Bama on their own 7. So, if that's when the first mistake of the day comes, it's when the first mistake of the day comes. And he tries to scramble from the rush, only able to get 1 yard on the play, and we keep them pinned deep. It's now going to be 2nd and 9. We're going to continue to send pressure, so we don't want to give them time to pick us apart. And he gets hit while he's throwing, not able to release the ball. It's going to be 3rd and long. Where's that disguise? Yeah, cover 2 sink. They haven't been able to convert a 3rd down all day. And an errant pass. He's too rattled. And just like that, they 3 and out off the interception. They cannot capitalize off of the mistake, off the interception. And now it's going to be 4th and 9. So we're going to look to the near side of the field. Rocky Lee on that curl route. Gavin Black on that post. They sink on it, so we'll hit Rocky Lee. Puts a couple of moves on. Don't know why he's still spinning, but still it's enough for a 16-yard gain and a 1st down. He himself has 7 receptions for 87 yards and 2, count them, 2 touchdowns on the day. We'll run play action out of the power eye, seeing if we can get some people open in some space. Hopefully we can hit Roberts or Dowell. Force it into Roberts, and he's able to hold on. Touchdown, Tigers! 6 passing touchdowns on the day for Mike Finley to break the school record. That nice play action play and way to hold on Roberts. And that will be the end of his day. We go up 49-7. We'll put Powers on a QB spy, trying to eliminate that quarterback running game. And Ghost with the interception, and able to break off the tackle from the wide receiver. They force a ball deep due to the pressure, and Ghost is able to make them pay, getting yet another interception on the year. We have officially made this quarterback uncomfortable. And I know last year, our last home game of the season, I honored Senior Day by pointing out our impact seniors and giving them a chance to play. This was a little bit too important of a game to do that kind of thing. But at the end of the 3rd quarter, we were up 49-7. This game's all but over. And Mike Finley breaking the school record for passing touchdowns. What a better day to do that than today. Now with some steady slants, looks like they're going to send a bit of pressure. Throw it to Rocky Lee underneath. Able to put on a couple moves. Almost able to break it free. But still able to get enough to make it 1st and goal. We got a bit of a setup play here for a play action. See if we can get Xavier McFarland on the board here. Looks like they're going to send a bit of pressure, so it may not work. Oh, and we got lucky there. Jermaine Johnson threw a dangerous throw. The corner sat on the comeback, but we get away with it. It's now going to be 2nd and goal. So we'll come back with our play that has torched this defense. The deep curl routes. And Jermaine Johnson throws it way outside. I remember at the beginning of the season, this was a bit of a quarterback competition. I think we made the right decision. No offense to Johnson, just a little bit of a different strength. But now with the play calling choices, we force him to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Dump the ball to Gavin Black, but it was too quick. It's now going to be 4th and goal. And so this drive peters out in the end zone. In the red zone. Blankenship. It's up. And it's good. Up 52-7 with 6 minutes left to go in the game. This game is surely over. Another option keeper. He's got the edge. And he puts his mark on this game. We score another touchdown. We're going to be up 59-7. And that will do it. We win the Iron Bowl. We win our most anticipated game of the year to punch our ticket to the SEC championship. I believe. So, I will be shocked if our player of the game is anyone besides Mike Finley. He threw dimes all day. And that was the kill shot. The deep throw with 5 seconds left to go. And the reception by Gavin Black. Our defense shut down Bama and we were on fire. We were looking like we're going to be a hard team to beat when we get into the playoff. So let's go over all of our stats. They're pretty impressive. I'm going to be honest. We played an incredible game. We had 28 first downs, 575 yards of total offense, 267 yards on the ground. We completed just over 75% of our passes for 6 passing touchdowns, 308 yards in the air. The one stat that was a little low was our third down percentage, which you'd like that for that to be above 70%, but still 6 for 9 is very good. And we went for 2 early fourth downs that set the tone for this game, and we got them both decisively. We threw 1 interception in the red zone, which jeopardized our 100% red zone rate, but still, this 87 is nothing to complain about. Would have liked that 1 interception gone, but it was late in the game and it didn't matter. And then as little as our punt return and kick return yards were, that's because we didn't get to return the ball much. We got a lot of punts, and that set us up for getting the ball at midfield. That made a big difference. And then time of possession, we dominated because our defense dominated and our offense stayed on the field. So a great overall game and easily our best game of the season when we needed it. So we're ending on a bit of a different screen here just because I wanted to show all of the conference championships. This shows you who are fighting for a locked-in playoff spot. We made the SEC championship and get to host South Carolina. Winner represents the SEC. In the Pac-12, Arizona is hosting Oregon. Winner gets the spot. Georgia Tech with a surprise season, getting to take on Florida State. Ohio State versus Michigan State. Then, those are your automatic qualifiers. Lastly, I wanted to take a look at the top 25 polls to kind of give you an idea of who we're expecting to get in. Notre Dame. It's going to be a bit of a conversation. That record is pretty low, but it depends on who they played. UCF, making a strong conversation for the AAC, and likely we're going to give them a shot. Then you got Oregon, who was in the Pac-12. Bama, still hanging there, just because they lost to us. We were their only loss of the season. So they could make their way into the playoff. And then you got Texas A&M, who's the next representation that's not in a championship game. So it looks like really it's going to be this top 10. Your representation is going to come from here. But we'll see how Conference Championship Day shakes everything up. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and please join us next time for our SEC Championship game, and hopefully locking us in to the first ever 8 8-team college football playoff. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe because it helps me out so much more than you know. And I'll see you guys next time for some championship football.